If you've been keeping up with the news, then you must have seen the photos of the newly unveiled Mercedes GLC. Well, it looks like an absolute beauty, and it is a testament to the Mercedes design team. But is the hype around the new GLC legit? Or is it just another car on the market? Merc's GLC-class SUV for 2023 has been given a facelift to match the new design language seen on other Mercedes cars, such as the new C-Class sedan. The 2023 GLC is mechanically comparable to the sedan, as it's similarly indistinguishable from its predecessor. It borrows the C-Class's standard turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 48-volt hybrid powertrain, and 9-speed automated transmission. Large, vertically oriented touchscreen infotainment display and advanced driver assistance capabilities are just two of the many technological enhancements brought to the GLC from the C-Class sedan. A larger wheelbase and a modest increase in total length are believed to improve cargo and passenger space, albeit a little, in the new GLC compared to the old one. The style update has resulted in mild cosmetic variations. Audi, BMW, Mercedes, and their competitors all support the new rules to varying degrees and with varying degrees of ambition. But virtually every redesigned luxury automobile moves away from the era of blatant excess. The 2023 Mercedes GLC, for example, does away with the straight six and both V8s in favor of 7 distinct 2-liter 4-cylinder drivetrains. And that's before AMG adds 3 additional small displacement crackers in the first few months of 2023. The new GLC is a transitional instrument meant to connect the Mercedes of yesteryear with the Mercedes of tomorrow, which is software and clean air driven and culminates in a super safe self-driving environment, offering 100% accident avoidance. More power and torque with lower energy use, greater passive safety with more advanced assistance systems, and a wider range of functions accessible with simpler ergonomics all characterize this change. So what about the interior? In keeping with this idea, the new Mercedes GLC cabin combines high-tech features and creature comforts with traditional luxury materials like wood and leather. The GLC, on the other hand, opts for a little more aerodynamic, less experimental exterior design than the EQ's swooping lines, sensuous curves, and raccoon-style eye masks. When compared to the S-Class and the EQS, the new GLC's interior is easier to operate. After all, turning off alarming buzzes, lights, and chimes now requires only 2 quick taps of the finger. The zero-layer method ensures that the most frequently used icons are always just a fingertip away on the primary display. Whether the full-screen navigation map is being displayed or a specific piece of information is now being seen. The GLC-class cabin has been updated with high-quality materials and a cutting-edge layout, including newly formed air vents in the dashboard and extensive use of digital controls for the audio system, climate control, and more. All models include standard heated front seats with memory settings and adjustable lumbar support, and the redesigned steering wheel has touch-sensitive control buttons that didn't work very well in the C300 sedan. Standard features include LED ambient lighting, a panoramic sunroof, and a motorized rear liftgate. The GLC class, like other Mercedes vehicles, offers a long list of optional luxury extras, such as panoramic sunroof, illuminated door sill plates, ventilated seats, a heated steering wheel, and leather upholstery. Mercedes-Benz's latest MBUX infotainment system, which is also included in the new C-Class sedan, is standard in the GLC. All of your vehicle's vital stats and speeds are shown clearly on a 12.3-inch digital gauge screen. The 11.9-inch touchscreen infotainment system rises from the middle console and is tilted ever so slightly towards the driver. The technology is voice-activated and includes wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you'd like, you may opt for in-dash navigation using augmented reality, which superimposes directions on top of a live feed of the road ahead. A heads-up display and a Burmester sound system are 2 other attractive extras. Now this might be a little frustrating because there are no physical controls for the heating and cooling system or the volume of the music playing, instead requiring the use of the touchscreen. No more than 4 cylinders will be used in the new bestseller's combustion engine, but the standard gasoline and diesel powertrains have been tweaked for increased performance and decreased emissions. This is encouraging news. The bad news is that the prices have skyrocketed. with the GLC getting a $3,000 above the outgoing range. And that is before you start driving into the alternatives. Consumption is dropping by up to 5%, while overall performance numbers remain relatively the same. The GLC 200D and 400D have been discontinued and replaced with the GLC 300DE, which produces 335 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque, and two gasoline-fueled PHEVs with ratings of 313 and 381 horsepower. All models come standard with four-wheel drive and a 9-speed automatic. Now let's talk about the driving experience. The mild hybrid provides an additional 200 Newton-meters of torque on demand and an extra 23 horsepower. When you put your foot down, the assisting battery temporarily offsets the up to 150-pound weight increase relative to the previous model during acceleration. The GLC 200 and 300, with their respective 204 and 258 horsepower, are slightly quicker to 60 miles per hour than the GLC 220D and 300D. But it's the diesels that demonstrate more aggression and vengeance while still saving approximately 20% on fuel cost. The same conclusion can be drawn about the much more expensive PHEVs, which boast incredible performance and range, in addition to absurdly high miles per gallon figures on paper. For example, the GLC 400E can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 5.6 seconds and reach a top speed of 148 miles per hour. Prices are expected to be published soon, but they may be very high. When compared to their plug-in counterparts, mild hybrids have a more refined and modern vibe. Dialing in sport or going into manual mode and making full use of the backup battery's punch sharpens the stance even further. In contrast, the PHEVs take longer to accelerate after being given a throttle command, and they exhibit an unusually long pause in the middle of the typical stop-then-go-again pattern. The 31.2 kilowatt-hour battery has an infinite capacity, but long periods of continuous use will always increase consumption beyond what is typical. That is to say, until the driver uses restraint, no miracles will occur. And it's much more challenging now since the new GLC is a more engaging and agile vehicle, with a smoother ride quality to boot. Air suspension with ride height adjustment and rear-wheel steering improve stability and maneuverability on and off-road, giving the newest GLC an edge over main competitors like the Audi Q5 and the BMW X3. The larger variety of support systems is another strength. When reversing, the trailer is automatically aligned by the advanced parking aid. An emergency lane is formed or followed by the steering to let recovery vehicles by. Warning symbols and sat-nav markings are projected in front of the vehicle by the headlights. And the active cruise control can be set to veer to the hard shoulder, where the vehicle will stop with the hazards flashing. Is the latest GLC without faults? Well, not entirely. When driven hard, the GLC's brakes begin to seem soft, and the growing pedal travel reduces the vehicle's adaptability. While maintaining full acceleration, the body rolls, yaws, and pitches to an extreme that occasionally triggers extrasensory perception. The black box decides when it's appropriate to initiate coasting, and the predictive sat-nav software is the kind of cautious kind that can be annoying when approaching a roundabout, traffic signal, or slow bend. The 2022 Mercedes GLC was already an awesome option to pick in the hunt for a premium SUV. But the 2023 model is a reminder that the advancement of technology and styling continues to improve the cars on sale. Click the video on your screen now to see BMW's 2023 X3 model and whether it's better than the new GLC.